So hey guys, it's Aftab here. So in this podcast, I have my friend Usha with us. So she have completed doing internship at Broadcom company. So we'll be discussing our approach for application process and interview process and onboarding process of Broadcom. So let's not waste time and dive into the podcast. Hi Usha, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Aftab. So, my name is Usha and I'm from UNT. I'm doing my master's in computer science and I've completed my second semester. And during summer, I got an opportunity to work at Broadcom.
Mhm.
Now I'm back to my master's. I'm doing my third semester.
So before starting, can you tell a bit more about your educational background, Usha?
So, I've completed my undergrad in computer science from Cambridge Institute of Technology at Bangalore.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's my educational background with a 9.3 CGPA.
Okay. So before we get into your application or interview questions, can you briefly tell about Broadcom and what about its process? Like, what does they do?
So, Broadcom is a semiconductor company, but they also do something related to software. So they maintain mainframe computers for other companies,
Mhm.
and they develop softwares to interact with them. Mainframe is a legacy system and not very user friendly, or it's not very easy to interact. So this generation requires a user friendly interaction and an interface. So that is what they do. They build softwares to interact with them.
Excellent, Usha. What is your role at Broadcom, Usha?
So I was a mainframe software engineer.
Mhm.
I had to develop APIs,
Okay.
and so basically it was we had Java applications, and the code was completely in Java. We had to generate APIs in order to interact.
Okay.
That was my role.
So, um, excellent, Usha. So, can you tell us about your application approach for Broadcom?
Um, Honestly, many people feel that Handshake does not work. Handshake is not a portal that is very good enough, and we don't get responses. Even I was in that conclusion, but later on, I got an interview call through Handshake, so
Okay.
it works. So I mean, it's again, it's not that I had just one or two applications. I had around 400 applications just for internships.
Okay.
So
It's you completely applied through Handshake.
yeah, I got the interview call through Handshake.
Great, great, Usha. So, for viewers, if you don't know about Handshake, it's like an LinkedIn or Indeed platform, so in which we can apply for part-time jobs in universities, or also they even post some internship opportunities through Handshake. Companies like many like Broadcom and many other companies post openings in Handshake. So make sure to apply in Handshake through parallel with LinkedIn and any other platforms. So so you said that you applied for internship through Handshake. So that was a smart move, Usha. Instead of applying in a LinkedIn and other. Can we move on to your interview process, Usha?
So the interview was a two-round process.
Mm-hmm.
The first round was with my manager and a senior person from the office who was very good at mainframe.
Mm-hmm.
So that interview, I can say it was not much of technical. We had just a basic conversation about what I was doing and my undergrad projects and all of that. The second interview was with the product owner and the manager himself. So that was the actual grind. We had like multiple technical questions, and they really wanted to understand if I had any knowledge to help them out at their office. So we had questions on Java, Spring Boot, other tools like Jenkins.
Okay.
I can't remember the question exactly, but it was something like that. They had like proper technical questions, and uh, they wanted to know if I know anything about mainframe, which I didn't know. Mainframe was very new because we all know that even in our undergrad or masters, nowhere we have seen people teaching us mainframe because they think it's outdated and nobody uses them anymore. but I feel it's a very vibrant, and you have like very unique roles in them. So
Mhm.
I'd love to suggest our viewers to learn more about that.
So as you mentioned that there were some technical questions in your round two, right?
Yeah.
So was the questions like coding questions or only questions regarding Java, Spring Boot? Was there
No,
any coding questions?
yeah, I didn't have to code anything,
Mm-hmm.
but most of them were oral questions.
Okay.
But they had like a deep drill questions about my projects and what was my role
Mhm.
and what was my contribution in that project. So that was it.
So there was no any coding questions.
No,
Okay. Uh, After your second round, was there any behavior round, or it was just onboarding process?
I think no. There was just 2 rounds, but I think they like overall judged within those 2 rounds itself. I didn't have any additional behavior.
So when did you got your offer letter after completion of your interview rounds?
Um, they took around 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they were actually interviewing many other people. So even when I emailed them as like a follow up email about what happened to my interview, they mentioned that they are still interviewing others for the same role and they would let me know. So it took about 2 to 3 weeks.
So after 2 3 weeks, you got your offer letter, and when was onboarding done?
Onboarding took another month. So I got the offer letter in March, I guess,
Okay.
in March, and April end, or I think May, I started my internship.
Okay. So that will be all, Usha. Um, so you're present working on mainframes and
Yeah. So uh,
mainframe
after
technology.
work, yeah, after working at Broadcom, I feel that field is something which is very interesting, and I should continue in that.
Okay.
And I'm still working on that. I mean, I'm learning mainframe, and of course, there's a lot of stuff to learn in that because again, I don't know what coding in COBOL or
Mhm.
so there. It's a vast um, syllabus altogether. So I'm just starting off, and let's see what happens.
Good, good, Usha. So that will be all. I think we have covered all the essential points which we need to mention. So last but not least, do you have any advice for students who are trying to get internship or full time opportunities during or after their masters in USA?
Um, I think you should be very patient
Mhm.
because if it comes to me as well, I lost my patience at a point and I was actually crying one day and I'm like I'm putting so much effort and so many applications and nobody is responding.
Mhm.
So I feel sometimes having good friends around you who motivates you to like keep going, that also helps. And yeah, you should be very patient and keep applying, look out for opportunities. And one more most important thing is you should be able to market yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, everything here is how you present yourself. Maybe knowledge and how well you're at your studies also matters at work, but at least to get there, we need to be very good. And like your LinkedIn profile or your resume, everything should be like so appealing.
exactly, Usha. You're absolutely right, and it will be a really valuable advice for students who are trying to get internships. So that will be all, Usha.
All right.
So this message for my viewers. So if you guys are trying to get into full-time or internship opportunities during or after masters in USA, so please subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting podcasts like this, so you'll get more insights about interview process, onboarding process, and more about companies. So um, thank you again, Usha. Thanks for joining us today. So
Thank you.
thank you, and I hope and all the best for securing full-time after completing your internship.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Usha.